So what makes a femme fatale? Is it the high-heeled shoes, the fashionable clothing, the red lipstick or perfectly styled hair? No. That's just a list of things which help an audience identify a femme fatale. What makes a femme fatale is so much more complicated. Well, firstly, there's a deep underlying psychological resentfulness of men. Alfred Hitchcock presents this as 1945 noir Spellbound through the brief appearance of a femme fatale who claims to hate men. Also, femme fatales show many traits found in psychopaths: disregard for the rules of society, being uncaring and unempathetic, and being manipulative, all of which are not a very good positive outlet for women. Femme fatales are cold, cunning and calculating. The natural oppression is incredibly stoic, as their aim is to let away the least amount of information as possible. In The Big Sleep, it's sometimes hard to identify who is the main femme fatale, Vivian or Carmen, but in my opinion it is Vivian. Femme fatales are intelligent and Carmen is far too careless and free-flying. Vivian, on the other hand, is perfectly controlled. Femme fatales only let people see what they want them to see. Take Phyllis from Double Indemnity for an example. Her range of expressions is limited, and the only emotions she shows are the ones she wants others to perceive. This helps her manipulate those around her. A classic mistake that some make about femme fatales is that as they are seductive women, they should be wearing revealing clothes. Whereas Lynn Bracken in LA Confidential proves this assumption wrong. She shows off a feminine figure by wearing long gowns which contrast with her job. Femme fatales also classically manipulate men by making themselves seem vulnerable and in need of protection. For example, Laura in Brick shows the softer side of herself to Brendan. So what makes an anti-hero or protagonist of a film noir? Is it the clean smart shoes, the high-waisted trousers, the big shirt, the fedora? No, once again, these are just representations of what a film noir anti-hero looks like. Like femme fatales, they are a lot more complex than that. The protagonists of film noirs are not made to be liked by the audience. They are people who do despicable things in the name of love and lust, and to convey this to the audience, the anti-hero always has a fall of dignity. For example, Walter Neff in Double Indemnity starts the film as a good old-fashioned insurance salesman and ends it as a murderer. The audience is meant to be kept constantly in two minds about the character. Anti-heroes are also typically set apart from society. For example, Brendan in Brick has removed himself both mentally and physically from his school and town, making him an outcast. Anti-heroes are also meant to be men of many shortcomings. For example, Philip Marlowe in The Big Sleep drinks and smokes and is fond of violence. This is to stop the audience idealizing the anti-heroes and forces them to face the reality of humanity. Anti-heroes also show a great deal of internal struggle. Their morals often conflict. For example, Bud White in LA Confidential is fiercely protective of women and can't abide women beaters, yet in angry at Lynn's betrayal he smashes her across the face, events which almost destroy him. Finally, John in Spellbound shows the anti-hero convention of men being weak-willed creatures around women, as he often submits to Constance's demands without complaint. In film noir, nothing and no one is as it seems.